It's not over.
Stop the fight!
People.
Everybody, I come here for everybody. Kill everybody. I'm the champ. I'm the king here.
Alright, this is the recap of Volkov vs. Rozenstruik. We're just gonna wing this and go straight through it. Minus 1.83 on the night. Had some decent hits. EJ just didn't turn out for us. But as you can see, you know, Trezano killed one of our parlays. Molina kind of got that steal, kind of saved us. Didn't do well on the prop bets. Over 2.5, and that one was a bad call. Astar was just a risk. Again, EJ fell through. Main event, we just didn't come through with the ideas for that. We thought Volkov would have gotten points, but he put a pace on early, so it didn't really help. And then finally, last three, we got Saint-Denis, which was a pretty easy one. Under 1.5. Kind of made me sweat for a second, but we got it. 2 chick fights got finished, and the last fight didn't start round 3. It wasn't a horrible card. I was thinking about doing Korean Silva for a straight bet, but we laid off on it. You know, not going to say the woulda, coulda, shoulda, but missed out on that opportunity. But the win streak finally stopped, and let's just go fight by fight. Alright, let's just start with the main event, because that's what everyone just saw. You know, we picked Rozenstruik KO round 3. I was leaning a little bit more Volkov, but, you know, I could have seen it happening. In that round 1, he actually caught Volkov, but only with 1 shot, and then he shot 3 more, and they all missed. And then I totally think the finish, or the stoppage, was right. I mean, he pounded him 3 or 4 times, then Herb hesitated like he always does to step in, and then he finally did. You know, I'm kind of annoyed sometimes with these being main events because neither of these guys are getting title shots soon, so it's kind of, you know, I feel like they just put something better on as a main event, but, you know, they have heavyweight bias. But, yeah, that's how that one turned out. Yeah, the points didn't hit on that, but didn't end the night very well here. Evloev got the decision over EJ. Something he did that was really smart is that he struck for the first round for majority of it, and he didn't get tired from doing that, so he kind of could wrestle later in the fight when he really needed to, when EJ probably would have his most dangerous moments. And then he just got EJ tired. EJ's got that scar tissue from taking damage before, so that kind of drug him down as well. And yeah, it was a good performance from Evloev. I mean, EJ, you could tell, was like looking for the takedown the whole time. His stance was super wide, and he had his head down, waiting to you know, sprawl and all that. And Evloev just outclassed him. And don't regret the pick. I think EJ, you know, he has his moments, but it seems like against these higher level competition or higher level wrestlers, he's had a little bit of his struggles. Fight of the night, there was this one. Almeida, Trezano. Again, Trezano missed that parlay, but I mean, this is just fun to watch. I'm not gonna be mad at any results here. I thought that Trezano, maybe, I don't know if the cut, how much it influenced the fight. It might have had an influence in that final round, but he kept on turning into Almeida's left hook, which just like caused, you know, it's opposing forces facing each other, so one thing's gonna fucking fly the other way, and it was his head, so he goes down. But you know, I didn't know if the fight was gonna be stopped at the second round for like a no contest after the headbutt. This is just not it's definitely a serious headbutt. I don't know, props to both guys. They showed up to play. Trezano has kind of not been in the best fights before, but it was good to see that he actually put someone down and stayed in there, and hopefully Almeida will be an entertaining guy in the future for us. Korean Silva, like I said, I wish I would bet on her. She kind of was getting outstruck for the first round until she found one big power shot, and then she just got her into that Darce. And on verdict, I put 400 XP on her for some sub, and that hit. Definitely was the play. And she's pretty good, you know. She got that a lot of chicks struggle to put those clean submissions together, and she put that one right in. So, impressive performance. Ode Osbourne kind of made me nervous in the first couple seconds, and then he had a sloppy overhand right, put him straight down, so that was pretty cool. Flyweight knockouts are always fun to watch. They're always super fast. And he plopped down and put his right hand right on him as soon as he fell, and it was seriously lights out for Adashev from there. But, Ode called out, who was it? Oh, he called out Molina, so maybe they'll make that matchup. Menifield, after the record change, and if you're beating guys with all losing records, I just couldn't stick with Morozov, so I had to switch to Menifield. For the under 1.5, he kind of made me nervous because he was just laying on Morozov for a second. He got up and he was really tired after his first takedown. Another nervous moment, but Morozov kind of looked like, let's just be honest, he kind of sucked. And Menifield's nothing special either. We don't even need to hardly talk about this one. I mean, good performance from Karolina, but, we didn't expect anything from either of these girls. I think I was on my phone for a decent amount of this fight, but she outstruck her. She's been a more active fighter recently. That's what I expected. Joe Solecki, this is a horrible decision. The second round was not a 10-8. If you're just on someone's back the whole round, there's to be damage with it. I just think this one was bonkers. It should have been 28-28, and I couldn't tell how serious the cage grabs were with his feet. There's other fighters doing it the whole night, and they didn't get points taken. I don't know. It's hard to tell from my angle exactly what's going on. It's also a natural instinct to put your toes in the cage. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of my pick, though. I still picked a decent underdog. Kind of showed everything that he could easily win the fight. Damon Jackson, this fight just got super sloppy. Oh my god. Daniel Argueta, he just got, I don't know, he wasn't really cocky. I don't know what to say. He was very calm during the fight. Damon kept on getting him on the back, all the way up on the cage, and he kept on trying to sink in the rear naked, and his head was so crammed that he didn't have the height on Daniel's back to really sink it in, so then he got exhausted after 2 rounds, and the third round was like watching Rough and Rowdy. Dude's legs just don't work, and they're exhausted, so that was kind of fun to watch. Probably second best fight of the night. In the third round alone, I guess. Benoit Saint-Denis, when as we kind of suspected, Carson got this one right on the submission call. I think he did say round 2. Stolze, he got that early moment, but Benoit just had the strength wrestling. He had the body locks, pushed him on the ground, and made pretty quick work of him once he got him in the position he wanted. And I think a lot of people had this pick. Great bet, great odds for the bet, controlled the fight, and research pays off for one like this. And Stolze probably will be cut from the UFC after that fight. Tony Gravely, one of the weirdest knockouts you'll ever see. I think I might have been looking down on the phone for the first 20 seconds, looked up, 40 seconds go by, and like a weird KO happens with the short right hand. I just don't think Munoz he obviously didn't see the hand coming, and it snapped him. You can just see his arms go for the double leg behind Gravely's back, and his hands break apart as soon as Gravely touched him. So props to Gravely. I don't think he's had the greatest run in the UFC. He's had some decent moments, but he took care of him pretty good. Probably could have bet on him, but before this you don't feel super confident about these, so you just kind of lay off. This one's a weird one. Zhalgas didn't really have much damage other than a left hook in round 2, and El Jefe didn't land a bunch of punches either. In terms of the decision, I think they might have gotten it right. I couldn't even score round 1 2 if I were to tell you, because 2 would probably be Zhalgas. I don't know, and I think I would edge both rounds barely to Zhalgas and give Jeff round 3. But, you know, if one of those judges thinks 1 or 2 like barely goes to El Jefe, then he's going to get the fight. And that's what happened in the Rose fight too. She had 4 and 5, and she just had to grab 1, 2, or 3 out of the 2 of the judges' hands, and she did. So similar to that. But yeah, him versus Ode. Rinat looked super good. He completely controlled the fight. His stand-up kind of was a little bit exposing because Andreas doesn't really have good stand-up. And he had some moments where I was like, that could have been a knockout. And but otherwise, Fakhretdinov completely controlled him, put a lot of damage on in round 3, and he showed that his cardio can hold up. I think it's just that welterweight. He looked really trim and lean for this fight as well. So maybe a future top 15 guy with that level of wrestling. And then finally, Erin Blanchfield. What a horrible fight. I don't want to say horrible fight, but for a minus 500 favorite to lose round 1 the way she did, she just got pieced up. She couldn't take Aldrich down. It's like example ABC of like chicks, just you can't trust them in a lot of these fights, even though we went I think 3 for 3 on chick fights tonight. But it's just hard to trust, and JJ Aldrich is not very great. She's got decent wrestling, but she pulled up the submission, and Aldrich didn't really fight it too much. She didn't push off the cage, and it went Blanchfield's way. But yeah, those are picks. We went 10 for 14. Again, I think minus 1.83 units. Tomorrow I should get my we should get our full card picks out for 275. And yeah, I mean, decent night of fights, nothing crazy. 275's got some good stuff coming. Stay tuned to the Instagram. We'll keep you posted on all that shit. And yeah. Alright, y'all. Peace.